Oh, hello, hello, hello. Is you live? Is you live? Man, if you ain't ready for this, I don't know what to tell you about, man. These people be out here talking. But they don't really be saying anything. They be huffing and puffing. These people don't know what time it is. I keep trying to tell you what time it is. 33 watching. That's what's up.
You could be fixing chips.
What's the deal, Stefan? Anthony, what's the deal? Hey, man, what's going on, y'all? I heard a couple of y'all sick of me. Well, guess what? You still gonna be sick of me. Man. I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. For real. These people out here be talking about they don't listen to anybody's stuff, but always tell you they're wrong. Then you listen to somebody's stuff. That's for real. Quit listening to these jokesters. They ain't even gurus. They're jokesters. They're playful. They can't produce anything of any substance ever. But you know what? We do. I always show the receipts. Man, I'm a businessman. You know what? I'm the businessman. What's going on? Malaho. Hola. Bienvenidos de Casa de Gali. Oh, de Casa de Jackson. Sorry. Man, if you ain't hyped for the night, man, Man, what's good, y'all? Nicole, what's the deal, baby? Man, these people ain't ready. I'm ready, man. I got up early, man. I'm sorry about Friday, y'all. Friday, you said I was a little bit sluggish, right? You said I was like a little bored with it, like a little tired or something, you know what I'm saying? Man, I wasn't feeling the news. When I'm not feeling the news, man, y'all, you know what it is. I'm like, hey, what's up, Michael? You know what I'm saying? When I'm not feeling the news, already one thumbs down, I'm going to give you one finger up. But when I'm not feeling the news, you know what I mean? Sometimes I get a little depressed because I want to bring you nothing but bombs. I want to bring you nothing but those things that I know in my heart that really excite me. And if you understood them the way I do, and that's thought. You have to put thought into this. You can't have somebody else read an article, give a commentary, and then tell me you're 100% all the time. You ain't 100%, man. You're like negative 50. Real talk. Sorry, man. Real life is real life. And I don't begrudge any other. Man, Frank, you good with me, man. 365, I'm good with you. Man, all these cats, I'm good with you. You know what I'm saying? Like all you YouTubers, man, I'm good with you. Everybody's trying to do the same thing. Put a product out that educates people. Do you feel me on that? Educates them. Gives them that formula of thought that, you know what? I can think for myself. And that's what's up. People want to be first, but you know what you ought to want to be is accurate. And people want to hear the news. They want to hear them bombs. Not the news everybody gets. You can get the news from anybody. Hell, I can turn on CNN and get bad news. But man, you turn to a source like this because you want to find things that the report system is digging a little deeper than just surface. And saying this about stocks and saying this about that and this about Hebrew calendars and saying this about aliens and this and that. I'm sorry, y'all. That ain't going to get it for you. That's just not going to bring you the news because what you want to hear is the truth. And when you don't hear the truth, unfortunately, you're forced to go search other places that you believe are going to give you some type of accurate news experience. But you know what? When all I do is yap, yap, yap and complain and bitch about other YouTubers, you know what? They're probably the source of the problem. Oh, the sweetest sound I ever heard. I'm bringing them tonight, y'all. Y'all ready? How y'all doing? And can I please hit 5,000 subscribers so I can give away 50,000 dinar? Someone called me out the other day on that talking about, well, obviously that was a ploy. Yeah, because I'm trying to bring as many people to the promised land as possible. Because I see how many frauds and snakes are out there. You know what? I figure, you know what? I better stay in the game a little bit longer. Because those that want to learn, that want to get better, that want to sit here with us, man, I want to bring you to the table. I don't want you to be sitting out there in the wasteland with these slugs. Man, misery loves company, man. If you always complain, you ain't never happy. What's good with you? Man, I'm about this gang. Gang, gang. About no sloppiness. Like, man, all this bitching and complaining. Man, the news is beautiful. Man, and I want to shout out a person, but I don't want to shout him out because I don't want to call him out. Because I don't want him to be like, well, dang, he shouted me out. I want him to tell us there was this one Facebooker, and I went on their on the post 3 times, and I commented, this is a bomb post. Man, this is the real news. Man, this person's really bringing some heat, man. Y'all really ought to pay attention to this. And I dig a little deeper. I'm not surface, man. I'll read one article. I read like 50. If I can't find it at least 2 or 3 times, I'm not even looking for it. I'm not your average YouTuber. A little different. We think different. We're gang, man. When you're gang, that's why 117 of your closest people, more people subscribe to this channel for the live than they do for the videos. And that's what I'm here for. The live audience. The people that are really down for gang. The ones that really want to put the effort in. Got a little skin in the game. Got a little heart in the game. Been in a hot minute. Want the truth and want to do it for an hour. Anybody can do it for 3 minutes. Hell, if I did it for 3 minutes, shoot, I'd have been done 5 minutes ago. Man, I'm here for y'all, man. And you know what? Tonight we open up the phone lines. We doing it all. I'm bringing y'all the heat. I know I got that fire tonight. And I don't know if anybody's talking about it because I don't listen to anybody. Everybody could be talking about it if they made the correlation I'm about to make tonight. Everybody. Because it's so obvious and so plain. And I know a lot of y'all look at the thumbnails and you say, well, dang, Mr. B, man, that thumbnail's crazy. What are you doing with that? Man, I'm doing it because it's obvious. And if they're not talking about it, then you know what? If they're woofing and complaining, then you know what? Turn off the complaining and turn on the reporting. Get it going. You ready to do your thing? Can I play my music, please?
I am April Baby.
Man, I think I'm the only person out there with their own theme music right now. Man, am I? I think I'm the only YouTuber with their own theme music. Shout out Joe Williams. Shout out the person that came up with my theme music. Going back to my roots, man, when we was wild and crazy. Shout out the bombs that I'm about to drop. Shout out hard work and effort. Shout out that person that keeps complaining. Quit your bitching! And get to learning. Earn if you learn, man. I'm gonna tell y'all something. It's never where you start, it's where you finish. The sum total of the game is being cerebral. And most of these people don't have a clue about what's going on. It's not because they're not listening to the news. Superficially, I can predict the news superficially, but you gotta dig a little deeper. You gotta want a little bit more. And you gotta have just theme music, man. Can I get a shout out for just mad love, man? I got mad love tonight. Ow! Man. And I know you sick of me. I'm sick of me too. But guess what? I'm not going nowhere. I'm right here with you. Your favorite YouTuber. The one that brings you the heat. The one that gives you the fix. Hang on. Someone just gave me a shout out. I said, do you realize how many of us been watching you on YouTube through Amazon Fire Sticks and our names don't show up on YouTube? That's live. Yeah, I figured, man. I know I'm being suppressed. I know the truth don't ever want to come out.
No, sometimes you also have to set up an account. Anybody can log on to YouTube without an account.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that if it's on YouTube and they're watching it and you're on live, you should be able to see it. Fire sticker, no. Real talk.
Well, you can't because it's bigger than you because Google and Amazon are at war.
But that's my whole point.
So it all goes back
I know
to
there's way more to watch.
So it goes, you know how you have all those Google Nests and all those Google products? Amazon refused to carry them.
Well, then maybe I should boycott Google. Or Amazon. Which one did I don't like?
Huh?
Which one doesn't show my stuff?
They're at war.
Well, maybe I should go to war with them.
I am April BB.
And I am me, the Brando! Where's Daisy? Daisy in here. Oh, there's Daisy. She's being a good girl. Hey, good girl. Good to see you. And welcome to the status of the reinstatement of the Iraqi Dinar IQD chat. Now, boy, I told everybody this, and I told people to watch this. I can't chat on screen like everyone else. I'm only able to talk to you via these text messages. We'll keep sending them. I'll keep reading them. If you're on a Fire Stick and you can't hit me up, will somebody please give my phone number out there so these poor people that are on a Fire Stick that aren't able to get me can really just, you know what I'm saying, get the full vibe. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to check the temperature right now. I'm trying to really understand what's going on with these people, man. Because I know YouTube be hating on me. That's why Miss BB's trying to get me a, what do you call that thing now? No?
Because it's not ready.
Well, you can't tease nothing. Like, you don't have any foreshadowing in you at all. Like, you're not.
Because if you send them there and we have to start all over again, it's just waste. I'm just saying.
Be a little adventurous, man. Take a chance.
Right.
Iraq gets an exemption from debts owned by the support from Arab countries. 75% of the debts that Iraq owed were forgiven by Arab countries. So if in that 75%, Kuwait was included in that. We know that the Minister of Education is seated by a position that's not named, but is held by someone because we've seen reports, and I've given them at time after time after time after time, that there's a Minister of Education out there. So a fully seated government's kind of null and void argument because you've seen them report it. Now you can see that they need to fill it, but honestly, you've seen it filled. So if it's being run even but by a proxy, I don't believe it's a proxy. It's a name position. But you got to understand that everything that's reported is not the truth. So everything that these guys read and that I read, you have to go a little deeper than that. You got to understand that this article is going to take you to that article, is going to take you to this, going to take you to this organization, that organization, and all those lead back to the same dots that you started off with. And you can't be scared to take a chance. If you're scared to read or you're scared to learn about this, check out of it now because this speculative investment will drive you nuts. And that's what a lot of people don't understand about it is you think, well, I'm going to put a little money in today and then tomorrow, you know what, I'm going to be rich. Yeah, 10 years later, 15 years later, 5 years later, 2 years later, you're still and angry and bitter and you're still sitting there saying, well, why ain't I rich and why ain't I rich and why doesn't it happen? Because you haven't done any homework. You got to read and you got to have a zest for learning, okay? Now, this is one bomb I'm going to give you. I gave it to you on Saturday. I'm going to give it to you now. For the haters and for the loved ones. Now, Iraq joins the Organization of International Securities. Now, Iraq to join, it says to join. Now, this is where translation and this is where you got to read comes into play. It says Iraq to join Organizations of International Securities Commission. It's called IOSCO. So if you want to look it up now, you can look it up. It's called the Organization of International Securities Commission. Now, on the imminent ascension to Iraq to the organization, while confirming the intention of the commission to sign memorandum of understanding with the state of Qatar and Saudi Arabia. Now, I could read through the whole thing, but that's not what's important. What you got to understand about that is, if you read a little further and you look and you go on to the member site of the OICU or the -IOSCO, then you look here. Now, this is the trading platform that's responsible for all of the Middle Eastern type securities. And this is like, now this is the associate members, okay? I'm going to read you the list. There's 2 pages. I'm going to only read the first page. There's Abu Dhabi, the Arab Union, Asia, Uzbekistan, Republic, Botswana, Cambodia, Cameroon, Curacao, European Union, Georgia International. That's the International Bank of Reconstruction and Development. That's in Washington, D.C. The International Monetary Fund is an associate member. The Organisation de Coopération et Développement of Economies is in Paris. And guess who's listed next? Iraq. Iraq is an associate member of IOSCO. So their trading platform has been live regionally for a long time. So you got to understand that they're a lot further along than what everybody wants to admit. Now, you could say their immediate ascension is done, but it's already been done. They've been a member since January. That's why it's not surprising today that they're talking about NASDAQ launching their trading platform in October because, and I'll tie it all together. Trust me, I'm going to tie it like a neat little bow. But you know what? Right now, I just want you to know they've been a member of the International Organization of Securities Commission without an internationally recognized currency or an internationally recognized government. Okay, I'm going to say government too because not a lot of people respect them. Now, with that, the Arab Monetary Fund lists Iraq in the Arab capital markets. The Arab Monetary Fund revealed the inclusion of the Iraqi markets for securities officially in the systems of the Arab financial Arab financial database at the fund as the beginning of September of 2019, which is this month. So they're already trading regionally securities and stocks. Okay, we've been buying stocks if you're a part of the Georgia's ISX group for a long time, but this is just telling everybody that, hey, look, this has been a platform we've been running on. Now we're just making it international. We're making it regionally recognized. Now, Barzani, our talks with Baghdad continue to reach agreements. Barzani, he is the president of the Kurdish region. Reach agreements that guarantees the constitutional rights of the Kurds. Now you gotta understand the constitutional rights of the Kurds is Article 140 and the HCL law. Both of those are Kurdish right. One to share in the oil platform, which they gave up everything for 17%. That's already done. We already know that. And the second part is for them to enact Article 140. Now, he continued, the president of the Kurdistan regional government highlighted the relationship between the Kurdistan region and the federal government, pointing out that the meeting dealt with the situation in Kirkuk, during which the views on the importance of the implementation of Articles 140 of the Constitution. Our talks with Baghdad are continuing, and our main goal is to reach an agreement that guarantees our constitutional rights. Now, it's kind of like anything. If they're talking about it, then it's already happened. Okay? Now, this is probably one of the most important quotes I'm going to read to you. So I'm going to give you a second to write it down because it's important. In terms of next step, Iraq plans to submit the necessary negotiating inputs during the fourth quarter of 2019 so that working party could formally resume in early 2020. It's also agreed that high-level conference on the WTO ascension would be held in Baghdad in November, bringing together relevant domestic stakeholders and international partners supporting Iraq's reconstruction efforts. The reconstruction efforts are going to be built through the World Trade Organization. If you want to know the whole sum total of everything that's going on right now, I should read that article one more time. Did you want me to read that one more time?
Please do.
Okay. In terms of next steps, Iraq plans to submit the necessary negotiating inputs during the fourth quarter of 2019 so that the working party be Iraq. You have to define that. You have to go to the WTO site and define working party, okay? And formally resume in early 2020. So once they're reinstated in 2019 and 2020, their ascension would be held in Baghdad in November, bringing together the relevant domestic stakeholders and international partners supporting Iraq's reconstruction efforts. So if you want to know when Iraq is going to join the WTO, it's in 2019 this month. Wow. So if you look at the thumbnail that I posted that in the middle. Did you see that earlier? Mm-hmm. Now you got to understand something. And your average YouTuber's not going to get this because they're just not that freaking sharp. You feel me? Now a lot of those guys out there, man, 365, sharp guy. Like him a lot. He don't like me, but I actually watched his stuff when I was new.
I like global currency.
Reset. Good guy, right?
Research.
Good guy. I mean, factual guy. Read stuff over. Man, and I'm trying to say to the platforms, I'm telling you guys are already watching them. These are smart guys. Who's another smart guy? Frank26. GOAT. I'm giving him credit. Let me give him credit. Not that he's credible or that he's actually smarter than everybody else, but he's provided enough powerful information to people that over a long period of time, I have to give him respect. If you've been on YouTube for 2 months and I put you on my platform and you grew from there and you're a child of mine, you're my child. You're like my son or my daughter. And you grow from my following, then you know what? You're a YouTuber. Sorry, you can talk about me all you want, but I'm not going to ever say your name because you're a YouTuber and you don't read. And guess what? We know for sure that the WTO in November this year is going to make sure the formal ascension into Iraq happens this year. We know, I just read it to you. Now, the WTO and the World Bank conducted a joint workshop on the WTO ascension for Iraq government officials in Beirut, Lebanon. The main objective of the workshops were to take stock on ascension, related developments in Iraq since the informal meeting of the Working Party held in November 2017, and to identify the next stages of progress. We know the next stages of progress are now for them to put forth those inputs about negotiating terms on trade, and for them to meet back in Baghdad 2020 to finalize their ascension. Oh my God, am I dropping? Wait a minute. Can somebody dance? Can somebody tell me, oh my God, Mr. Brando, you know what? I hate you. You're an ass, but you know what? You smart. You very smart. And I don't think I'm God like that person told me. But you know what? I think I read a little bit more than most. And I think if you read as much as I do, you get it. But if you don't get it, listen up. I'm teaching class. Listen up. The delegation, okay, on Foreign Economic Department at the Ministry of Trade report on recent trade-related policy. Remember, I told you this whole thing is about two things. It's fiscal policy and it's trade. That's the reason why I even brought up China and all this. It has nothing to do with China trade, and I've proven that 1,000 times. My God, don't be smart, be accurate. Ain't got nothing to do with Hebrew calendars or the Islamic calendar or stocks or bullshit. That's bullshit. You know what it has everything to do with? Reading. Reading is fundamental. And you know what? Reading's fun. And when I'm bored, I sleep. And when I eat, I'm hungry. And you know what? I do this probably a little bit more than I should. And you know what? Mr. Brando's not humble. Mr. Brando's a jerk. Mr. Brando will wipe your sorry fanny behind it. Guess what? It's a real person world with real decisions made by real deal makers like people like me that, you know what? We think fast, we talk fast, but we also do our homework. If I get into a deal, I get into it to make money. I'm not in a deal to lose my money. That's why you join Patreon. Shout out to the #1 gang in the universe. What everybody's tried to duplicate but no one can imitate is Patreon. My Patreon, your Patreon, the crew's Patreon. Because they've made more wise decisions. They've made more accurate thought process. They bought more currency because based upon an ideal, based upon truth. Not based upon me huffing and puffing. Because I can woof all day, but you know what? If I don't provide you with these receipts, why would you ever listen? Oh my God. 408 in my life? Is that it? Man, I'm teaching. Will somebody please tell them I'm in class? Now, the World Trade Organization. Yeah, I'm cocky. I never learned to swim shallow. You know what I'm saying? The World Trade Organization, what does that have to do with actual currency, Mr. Brando? That makes no sense. World trade is about free trade and deficit and all this and that. But you know what? There was a white paper written, okay, on the World Trade and Economics Research and Stack Division that when you read it, okay, it says the paper reviews a number of issues related to the use of currencies in international trade. More than 1 decade after the introduction of the euro and shortly thereafter, steps taken by the Chinese authorities to liberalize the YMB of the markets. Trade, an important factor in establishing a currency as an international currency, notably by fulfilling the transactions and medium of trade, medium of exchange, and unit of account motives of currency demand. Meaning that trade is an important faction. So you got to trade with countries, right? And you got to trade more than globally. Not globally, regionally. You got to trade more than regionally. Trading regionally gets you only so much. When you ascend an organization like the World Trade Organization, now you're a global entity. Not one of those entities that just has to deal with Iran or with Saudi. You can deal with anybody you want. The idea is to set up a fair trade practice based upon your currency. Because remember, the higher your currency, the less you give them, the more goods you get back, the less the trade deficit. That's it. That's it in a nutshell. Guess who's... Well, I'm not going to give that one away. Let me hold that one. I'm going to hold that one. I'm going to give it to you, but I'm going to give you that one in a minute. Now, let me read you this. What defines a currency? The authors note that the exchange rate regimes have an influence on behavior as well, as exporters from the US dollar are indeed more likely to make use of that currency. They also found that the company and transactional size matter. The size of the transaction also has an impact since the largest transactions are less denominated in leading currency. Oh my God, who was the first person to start talking about the GDP of countries as far as the Iraqi Dinar goes? Anybody you ever listened to? I'm asking you.
You're asking me?
Yeah. Have you ever heard another YouTuber or guru or speculative investor about the Iraqi dinar mention a country's GDP besides me? And you've been with me a while, so.
Not that I can recall, only if it was in an article they were reading.
But I'm asking you this because we talk about this more than anybody else, right?
Right. That's what I'm saying. I don't recall anyone ever speaking on it unless it was in an article they were reading. You see what I'm saying?
No. Explain that deeper for me.
Okay, so people read articles. They
Yeah.
read them over YouTube, right?
Right. Do they read them or does a computer read them?
I'm saying people in general.
Okay, anybody. It could be anybody.
I'm not referring to one
No, I'm not.
person.
Screw him. He's nobody. But I'm saying I'm saying that if you look at somebody that's told you about GDP, right? Who brought that to the forefront? There's a lot. No, Frank did. I can tell you that. TNT did at one point.
Okay.
They did. I didn't.
I don't listen to them.
I did early on. I was a big believer in those people.
Yeah.
Right or wrong, I was like most people out there that are trying to search for knowledge. I had to look through all the good and the bad to get to where I am. You see what I'm saying?
One of the top people I listen to are no longer available. It feels like flying until you hit the ground. So he's no longer available. He's the person I used to listen to religiously.
I liked his approach.
Yeah.
The size of the country matters. In general, empirical evidence tends to support the assumption that exporters who face competition from local firms in the destination country are likely to invoice their country to large markets and currency of market. This is explained by the fact that local competitors set their prices in their own currency. So if you're part of the WTO, you've got to set the prices in your own currency. We just learned that too. Oh my gosh. So when you figure it out that your ascension to the WTO is much bigger than just trade, it has everything to do with currency. But why? Because the WTO is also a part of an organization outreach of the United Nations. Oh my gosh. Isn't that an American-led organization? Isn't that the very ones who are supposed to be hurrying up and revaluing their currency? Who is that? Michael? Thank you, Michael. These bombs are free. For everybody that tells me I charge you for information, I give you more information on an hourly basis 3 times a week than 90% of the people that report on this. And I give you different information on purpose because I don't really listen to anybody. That's why I don't know if they're in left field. If you listen to somebody and then you tell me they're from left field, you probably follow everybody. I'm not a follower. I'm a leader. I'm in this to do this for my group. The ones that want to come along, come along. The ones that don't.
Shout out to CJ. Yeah, CJ out there. You're right. I agree with you. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to agree with your comment that you put out there.
Okay. Now, I told you guys that. The CBI, I'm going to stop it with this one, okay? The CBI makes a big announcement, getting ready for the recovery of the dinar to its former wealth. Oh my God, Mr. Brando, that sounds like a reinstatement. Mr. Brando is all over it. My God, Mr. Brando, why do you keep telling the truth? Mr. Brando, please stop hurting him.
I can't tell. Oh, there you go.
Landon, shout out Landon. Everybody that gives $1, thank you. If you don't give $1, thank you. You gave your time. But you guys that are out there throwing money, thank you. I know they're hurting because they don't get this love, but you know what? You don't get mad love unless you put that work in, Junior. Man, it's hard work to be this pretty. In a monthly meeting of the government and private banking leaders, Mr. Ali Al-Awlaq, governor of the Bank of Iraq, confirmed. Now, Ali Al-Awlaq is the acting governor. Trust me, until they get him replaced. I said he's going to be replaced. He will be replaced, but he's the acting governor. They confirmed the continuation of the bank's approach to stimulate the economy and to build capacity and development of the banking sector in order to move to the development role and contribute to finance investment. Meaning going from rentier country to donor country. That's another thing people don't talk about. We want to stop people giving them money and loaning them money, but from them being able to produce and make their own incomes and survive by themselves. Now, the exchange rate as the main achievement. What have I told you on Facebook? The number one metric for the monetary system of Iraq is the exchange rate, maintaining it, growing it back to where it needs to be. Now, I can't tell you any better than what Ali Al-Awlaq is telling you, and he's a crook, okay? But he also knows that to get these people back to where they need to be, They have to have a monetary system that is viable, not just with the WTO, because guess what? In the WTO, they can sanction against you. And guess what? If one sanctions you, they all sanction you. So why are they working so hard for a worthless currency? Because guess what? In November, they're going to be there and they're going to tell them what's the business. Now, by then or early 2020, I'm telling you, they'll be in the WTO. Now, you can take all the Hebrew calendars, all the Islamic calendars, and all the U.S. calendars. Hurricane fundraiser. Bethany will definitely put it in there for you. Hurricane fundraiser, done. I can take all those calendars and stuff them in a bun, and guess what? I can wait till the Dow hits 700,000, and guess what? Until they are on the platforms that need them to be international, such as the IOCSIO, I believe. I could be saying it wrong. And the World Trade Organization. Guess what? Now you got international currency because now their stocks are being traded regionally. SNT. I don't know who SNT is. Thank you. Go to their channel and see who they are. Thank you. Guess what? That's freebies. That's what I do for free.
That's their name, SNT.
What do they report on? What do they look at?
Oh, hold on.
And I'm talked about because all I do is give. I give. And you know what? I'm glad to give. I'm glad to do this reporting for you because you know why? Because it's going to put money in your pocket. And when we put money in your pocket, one day you're going to say, hey, look.
They don't have any video.
That's cool then. SNT, thank you. Guess what? You're there. All this, I got this date and I got that date. I get it. You got dates. But you know what you don't got? You ain't got proof. Show me the receipts. Show me how it works. Oh, that's Mark. Hey, Mark, guess what? You can fuck completely off.
Wait.
No, that's the one I blocked.
I know, but that's not on your account. It's not going to help.
Well, no. Well, here, let's do it this way. Let's
right.
go this way. Why am I yelling, Mark? Because I don't like you. You're a fraud and a fake. And you know what? Kiss my whole ass. Where are you?
You missed. I can't find her now. I don't know.
Oh, I'll find you, you simpleton. You know what? You can't come on my channel and praise me and watch me and then go to somebody else's channel and then tell me I'm sick of you. You fraud. You fake. I'm here for the real. Now, you want to talk about some real news? Let's talk about it. You want to call me? Call me. Ask me. I'll tell you about it. Put my number up, please, somebody. Gerardo, please. Somebody put my phone number up there.
Put it up there.
Retracted. $1.99. Keep it.
What happened? Space that.
I'm clouded. Man, these dudes is simple. You guys, man, you think for 1 minute that hurts. What hurts is that you guys blindly follow somebody that's nothing to do with nothing.
You brought that
WTO for the RI? No, exactly when it happens. Yeah, what's going to happen is the securities are going to follow the WTO. Understand this right now. Securities and stocks are going to follow the WTO, which is going to follow reinstatement because you can't have trade on a world national or international basis, and you can't have stocks traded internationally unless you have a viable currency. Now, does that mean the currency is going to be $3 plus? Absolutely not. It's a reinstatement. That's what I'm telling you. That's my belief system. That's why I'm putting my core value system to it. But I'm telling you, to have a viable security system, to have a viable world trade, you got to be internationally served. And the WTO defines it specifically. And you can find it. I'll give it to you if you want it. But you know what? That's the truth. All the rest of it's absolute crap. My man, you right about that. We going to the bank soon. Yeah. We going to the bank. Yeah. And you know what? You're going to do something with your money. And when you do it, what are you going to do with it? Man, don't be like these people and blindly follow these dumb people that are out there that have no clue about funds. And they tell you to go give your money to Merrill Lynch. Give your money back to the very system that oppressed you for so long. Have a thought process for a moment. I'm trying to build wealth, not build me. Hell, I'm built. I built myself. I got into this before I had Dinar, Dong, and all the rest of it. I did it. I did it with you. I did it by myself. I had to. Nobody gave me anything. I had to read. Wasn't on anybody's platforms then. Nobody cared about me.
You were cooking in the kitchen.
Sure was. Making delicious foods I can still make today.
He those old videos are still out there. They can watch you cooking.
Man, you want to watch me cook? I love cooking. What if Iraq leans towards Asian markets for trade? Will that affect the reinstatement rate? No, because if they're still trying to lean towards those Asiatic rates, they still are going to want to have a no trade deficit. You got to think Kuwait still imports goods and exports goods at a rate of $3 plus. Okay, has nothing to do with the Asiatic markets. Gerardo, oh, $9.99. Thank you, sir. And here's another one. There's $2.99s. Thank you. I don't know. I can't pull them up. Yeah, Gerardo, there's another one right there.
SNT.
SNT. Thank you, sir. Yeah, I'm not trying to be a proponent, huh? Another one?
Bill Massey.
Oh, that's Bill Massey. Yeah, Bill. Yeah. 20. Oh, Bill. I gave y'all that one earlier. If y'all was in Patreon, I posted it earlier. I told you. Read, y'all. Sometimes I can't give the game away like that because it's no fun.
We was at work. We couldn't read.
Oh my God, man.
I couldn't read. I was multitasking.
You know what I was doing at work? Reading.
You know what I was doing at work? I was writing envelopes for the gang. So I was multitasking.
I'm not allowed to talk about that.
Right. So I depend
Man,
on
Robin, I love me some Mr. Brando.
I depend on you to tell me what I'm missing.
I love me some April BB. And I love me some.
I'm full of man.
Y'all know what though, man? For real, man. You know what I really love? I really love it when a plan comes together. Will somebody please call me? Please, if you dispute what I'm saying.
He's feeling lonely.
I'm feeling myself. I got my Kangaroo shirt on, and I'm feeling myself. And shout out to everybody that's bought a shirt, bought a hat, gave me love, everything, man. I love you, for real. How about
just shout out to the day ones that tune in for an hour of time? Because time is precious. There's two things you can't give back. Time and money. Once it's gone, it's gone. So...
Shout out to the first 75 that tuned in when we were sitting in the other room.
And shout out
Michael.
Shout out to Sammy D. Happy birthday.
Shout out, Sammy. Happy birthday, gang. And you know what, y'all? With the essentials of the WTO going to the world trade markets, to the essentials of the securities markets, what more do I have to show you that this currency is going to be reinstated to international status? It has nothing to do with a bunch of stuff that people are talking. They're YouTubers. You know what? They're just like you. The only difference is they turned on their camera and they spout stuff. They don't know what they're talking about, most of them, but they talk. And you know what?
I'm down to 2%.
You are? Well, plug your stuff in, girl.
I gotta go downstairs and do all that.
Man, if I was you, man, I'd call me. And y'all, you know what I do? I'd call me.
If I was you, I'd call me.
I would. I'd call me.
You're funny.
I'd be like, you know what, Mr. B, man, you're full of crap.
You are on a roll.
You're full of crap. Produce the receipts. Show us where you're right, Mr. B. Because you think you're something special. That's what somebody told me.
You're so special.
I don't think I'm special. I just think our reading is fundamental. You ought to pick it up.
I read all the time. I have to read through contracts.
But we don't read the same thing.
I read Cryptos.
Well, tell them something about Cryptos.
Oh.
Give them a freebie.
You put me on the spot. But, okay, Iron Mountain stock. Okay, good.
Someone saved her.
I don't want to be saved.
Hello? Okay, hold on.
Kenneth said you get this excited over good news. I can just imagine with the day
hold on, y'all. Hold on.
Run to the RI.
Oh, man, I'm going to go nuts.
You can't operate the phone? Okay.
Man, I'm doing my thing.
Why is it still ringing, though? They banging your line. You're not answering.
Hold on. Y'all call me back. I answered both of them.
He's so excited he can't answer.
No, I answered the phone. I know how to operate a phone, for real.
You do? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's not hard. I'm saying I answered. Look, if they didn't answer, I'd be blank. Duh.
Answering a phone is fundamental.
Well, duh. I mean, that don't say I didn't answer it. Look, because that does say it, right?
It shows a bunch of numbers, duh. Okay, can you post these links, please? That's what CJ said.
I'm putting it on this one. Hello? And I'm putting this one on this one. Oh, don't hang up on me. Hello? Hello?
Uh-oh.
You there?
Yeah, hey, Mr. Brando.
Hey, what's going on? Who's this?
This is James Reed.
Well, hey, Mr. James Reed.
James.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good. James,
I-
James, didn't you
Oh.
message me about your sister?
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't
Rob-
forgotten. It's sitting right here. I still gotta go to the post office.
Yeah, that's Robin Gyro. That's my real life sister.
Okay. I got you. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, I called tonight because I wanted to apologize to Mr. Brando because my Saints just beat them Houston Texans.
Man, I'm from Washington, man. I
Oh,
play
now
in
you
Seattle.
don't want to claim H-Town? You better claim where
I
you
know.
live.
That's you. You lost too.
Mm-hmm.
You from right down here.
I still
Houston,
claim
Texas.
I claim L.A. La la.
Man, this phone. Are you there, James?
Yeah, he there. You just turned
Yes,
it
sir.
around.
I'm saying this. Accept. They want me to accept another call. Hold on, James. Okay.
No, there's nobody calling.
Go ahead, baby.
Okay, never mind. James, what's your question, man? What do you want to say, big dog?
I didn't really have a question. I just wanted to tell you I'm sorry for beating your Texans.
He had to rub it in, man. Had to rub it in.
But I wanted to say, y'all sent me the coin.
Okay.
I got my little kangaroo coin. And I was having trouble finding the case for it. Miss April gave me some information. I went and found one. I got it. It came in. So at least now it'll look pretty forever.
Yeah, don't touch it. Don't touch it with your finger. You don't want that oils in that silver.
That's right. And look, I even got one from my sister because she's on Patreon too.
Aw.
She's got one coming.
You take care of
So I bought
yourself.
her
You're so
one.
sweet.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, sweet. Say
I
that
said,
again.
you're so sweet. You take care of your sister. That's nice.
Well, yeah. That's my best friend.
Oh,
Aw.
I gotta get your stuff in the mail. Look at you. I gotta get it because she won the hat. She's the one that gave you the name, the
Oh.
rapper name.
Yeah.
So I
That's why I gave you. That's why I gave you my mailing address as the mailing address because she was gonna give it to me anyway. So just send it here.
Well, you were a proud
You gonna-
world championship.
It's gonna be Houston Pride.
Hold on, I gotta try to answer these calls. Hold on here. Hello?
I think there's something going on.
Hello?
Hello, BB. Hello, Mr. Brando.
Hey, what's up, Nora?
I think you.
Well, I was listening to your YouTube. I'm driving home from work. One of the things that I want you to know, both of you, is if you guys were not doing so well, you wouldn't have the audience that you have. And when somebody is doing so good, there's always going to be haters. So actually, it's nice to know that you have haters because that gives you the acknowledgement that you're going somewhere.
And you know what? And I'll say this to you guys. I'll say it to both y'all. Sometimes, y'all, it feels good to have haters because you know they're listening. But when you're the one reading the
Yeah.
comments about myself and Miss BB, sometimes I want to reach out through the thing and say, you know what? I know you're a fake ass, behind a computer sitting ass dude, and I will choke you to death talking about my wife. You can talk about me all you want. But when you talk about my wife, you talk about Pempe or somebody else, that makes me want to slap the snot out of you. I'm sorry.
You're absolutely right. But I could just tell you from my point of view, I've been in this for a long time. When I accidentally found both of you, I have gained so much knowledge and learning so much. I do pay my patrons. I love what I get, the information that I get. And I don't know, everybody out there putting their number, being available to help us to answer our questions. And even if we don't agree with you, you're always open to discussion. I think that's where the gentleman comes from you. You're open to have a discussion with respect, obviously.
Yeah, because here's the thing, Nora, and I'll tell you this, and I'll say it in front of everybody. Nobody, not Mr. Brando, nobody's 100%. The only thing 100% in life is God. And that's what I believe in 100%. Anything else is by man and it's flawed. So don't believe anything 100%. There's nothing 100%. Nothing. And I'm up for discussion.
No, but yes, you're up for discussion. You are available with your phone. You're available with questions on chat, on YouTube. So it's not like you're not available. And I don't know out there how many people out there are available. I know that I've been doing this for almost 10 years. I've never seen nobody available as much as you and Mrs. Phoebe.
Well, Nora, thank you, but I'm gonna answer this other call, okay?
Bye-bye.
Bye. 971.
Hello?
Hey,
you live.
You've been calling, so I tried to get to you, dog. I'm sorry.
Finally. No, all good.
I know, right?
First of all, appreciate you guys picking up. Occasionally I watch your guys' your streams. I've been following the Dinar for a few months now, and you guys have been giving some awesome information. Where do you get your articles at? Because translating them myself is super fun. So I don't know if you post those articles anywhere, but I have a lot of friends that are interested in why I'm to the Dinar, but with me translating everything and everything that's going on, it's a lot easier to have someone that does this, full time or focuses on a lot more than me, so I can actually relay the information to my family or my friends.
Okay.
So is that something that you guys would consider posting on like your Patreon, your Facebook page?
Yeah.
They're on both.
They're on both. And the very, very pertinent ones I post on Patreon, but most of the time, like in our Facebook group, Mr. and Mrs. Brando, which is free, right? All you do is join. And I post, there is so much news in there that you can just go for hours and hours and read. And then you can come up with your own decisions. Like they don't have to be my shared decisions. There's a lot of people that clown me on my own platforms. They're like, Mr. B, I don't believe in this. I don't believe in that. And I'll be like, well, look at this or look at that. And I'll show them an article. And they'll be like, well, oh, okay, I see difference. Or I'll be like, oh, you're right on this one. Okay, I feel what you're saying. I'm wrong. Let me show you where I'm correcting myself. So, yeah, we do all that for you. Like, I got tired of the news sources that were out there that I did what you're doing. You see what I'm saying? I studied all day long. So I created a platform that you could share all this information for free, and you can still go about your day and not spend hours upon hours on it because it's time consuming and taxing.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, thank you so much for calling. I'll have to check out your Facebook page. Shout out to the group that's there already, helping you guys post and whatnot. So,
man, we post every day, every hour. There's Vietnam, there's India, there's South Korea, there's Venezuela, there's Mexico. You're going to get more information than you ever thought you ever wanted.
Cool. Hey, just an opinion, what do you think of Dinar Investor?
Personally, great guy. He's a great guy. No, he's a great guy. He has the problem with me. He shouts me out all the time. I don't shout him out. I have no problem with Dinar Investor. He's a good guy. I just think that, you know what, as you're growing your platform, you got to make your bones, and when you're doing that, and I'm going to say this because I did the same thing. I attacked other YouTubers or other people that I thought were in the know because I wanted to build my own platform. And I get what he's doing, and I give him all the praise in the world. Do what you do, baby. You're doing a good job. But the truth of the matter is, hate doesn't bring anything I'm going to hate. Okay?
You got to leave it
alone. That makes sense.
Yeah, man. I don't subscribe to hate, man. I love you. Hey, Jeff, you're doing a good job, man. Grow your platform. You're doing a good job. Do your thing, baby, because as the more you do it, the more people will catch on, and your following will catch on. And you know what? I got nothing but love for you. That's the end of it.
Awesome.
What do you mean, man? I thought we had a wicked, evil-ass man crush going on.
Hush, Leroy.
All right, baby. Hey, I got to hang up. I got another call.
Hey, is that Tempe?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Pepe.
Hey, Tempe, I love you, bro.
What's going on, my man? I was just saying that Mr. B somebody got a man crush on Mr. B because I heard him drop his name at least 700 times this week. I was like,
but Pimpe, hold on, Pimpe.
Go ahead.
Sometimes you got to put news in there because I'm the news to him because they can't produce their own news. You feel me?
Casey said somebody slipped something in your vape.
I wish they would. Hold on, Pimpe. I'm going to answer this one too.
What's going on, my brother?
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, Pimpe, you still there?
Pimpe, you hold on. Hello?
They hung up, I think.
Is you live,
Sammy!
Happy birthday, boo!
You know what? I think I've been trying to call, but I guess because so many people's on the line, it wasn't available. But I just want to tell everybody, thanks for the big shout out and everything. I turned 28 years old. Thank God for another year.
Look at you, Similac, just a young thing.
I'm telling you. I just got one quick. Okay, my thing is, okay, they're supposed to be joining the WTO.
Mm-hmm.
My mom wants to know, because I've tried to tell her, but she don't want to listen to me. Mm-hmm. She wants to know if they're supposed to have a recognized, currency doing that.
Yeah, you have to. If you go back to the articles of the WTO, part of it is that each country can trade within itself, and that their currency doesn't put the other currency or the other country basically at like some type of risk. There's risk management, all this stuff. But the idea is to create enough free trade in the world that these countries are able to coexist without having the competition of stuff like currency and stuff like that. That's why free trade, and people don't like it, but free trade without tariffs, without all these sanctions, without all these taxes is a good thing. Yeah. But some countries don't like it. And I fought Pimpe on this for a long time. I was like, free trade's bullshit. That's crap. But actually, free trade is what the world needs, because that puts every currency on par with another currency.
Yep.
Okay.
Now, look, here's another thing too. You cannot be part of the World Trade Organization without a recognizable currency. Mm-hmm. So, in order for Iraq to be accepted, they have to be recognized internationally, which is what we want. Right now, they're not being recognized internationally. Is why we can't march down to the bank and cash it in. So once they get accepted, and we talked about this months ago. Remember this, Mr. April and Mr. B?
Yes.
Months ago, we said this. What did we say? We told everybody long time ago that is the World Trade Organization is expediting and rushing Iraq through the process. We said that a long time ago, and now people are seeing what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Thank you, because, like I said once before, I just pulled up at this job, and I'm ready to pull the hell off.
How you tell me?
He had a nice young age of 28.
So get to work at this job.
Man.
But anyway, like I said, thank y'all so much. Y'all do a lot for everybody in the community. I just want to say appreciate, the birthday shout out, man. It's great.
Shout out!
Year with everything going on. But I'm going to go clock in, and I continue to watch y'all. Y'all have a good night.
Hopefully not too long, Sammy. Have a good one, bro.
Gang, gang!
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 I love it.
You guys got to understand that with us, and Pimpy will say this too, we don't care about the rest of it. Only thing we care about is
the more haters you have, the better.
Yeah.
We were talking about that one time?
Yep.
Hey,
I said, dude, don't get mad.
Hey, how are you doing, caller?
Who's this?
Who is this?
You live.
Hey, Brando. Hey, live. Hey, Brando, this is Oscar.
Hey, Oscar.
Hey, I remember that I sent you some message on Messenger about the dinar. Mm-hmm. Were you able to find out anything about it?
I didn't see it, but since we're live, this is going to put me under test. Give me the question right now and tell me what it is and see if I can solve it.
Okay, last Wednesday, I went to pick up dinars at Chase Manhattan Bank. Mm-hmm. They flat out said, no, we're not selling them anymore.
Right.
And what I was able to get in dongs were actually small dinars, 100s and 200s. Mm-hmm. But the girl kept on skirting the conversation away from the dinar.
Right.
And I'm going like, and she's smiling, and I'm going like, something's going on here. What the hell's going on?
Well,
and the other one, before you answer that, remember that I'm down here in Miami.
Okay.
For vacation this year, if you can, please go to the Bahamas. All the other islands are perfect. The ones that really got hurt bad are the ones in the northern islands, which is Abaco, and Providence, which is not Free Providence, but Grand Bahama, where Freeport is. Uh-huh. Out in the Abacos in the west, that's where most of the Haitians were living in a place called Mud. They actually lived on the marsh out there because they were so poor. So if you can, please help them out. And believe me, they live off tourism. Okay. If you can, go.
Real talk.
And thank you. I'll hang up.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Well, let me say
Jamie.
Wait a minute, hold on. Let me say this. You can't buy dinar in a bank. You cannot.
Right.
It's under sanctions, right?
You can't buy it.
So you cannot go in a Chase bank and expect to buy dinar. Now, you can buy Vietnamese dong if you want higher denominations of Vietnamese dong, it takes about 2 days to get it. I go in, I'll order mine, I'll get like 5 million at a time, go back 2 days later and pick it up. Okay.
Jamie?
Yeah, I hear you. I'm listening.
Oh, Lee's still there.
Jaime?
Caller? I think they accidentally called.
I think they hung up. Yeah, I was agreeing with them. Like,
yeah, I'm sorry. That's feedback.
Shout out to the people in the Bahamas.
Yeah. Shout out to people in the Bahamas for real. What they're going through is no joke. That's not playing with it at all. Like,
yeah, thoughts and prayers.
What they're going through is not like good, like for real. And as people that are in a position to help people, you should try to help people, right? Like,
yes.
I mean, forget me, forget April, forget what's ever going on. Jaime, I'll answer that call.
No, finish what you were saying. I like what you were saying.
But the idea, Jaime, it's one of our Patreon. What I'm trying to say to everybody is that this. Not everybody can help each other, okay? If you're in a position to help somebody, help them. I don't care if it's a person that doesn't have a job, they're on the street, they're a veteran, there's somebody's mother, there's somebody's father, there's somebody's brother, there's somebody's sister, there's somebody's child, and you know what? It's up to you to decide if you want to help them. And I think people need to be helped. I have a big heart, so I help people. I help a lot of people on my platform. I help a lot of my people that don't have a voice. I help a lot of people that I don't ever want recognition for, that I never took credit for. You know what I'm saying? And Pippin has too, and April has too, and Mr. Fraser has too, and Lisa has too, and Bethany has too. They put their neck out on the line for people because they believe in them, right? They believe in the whole human being process. And I think as long as this platform believes in the human being, we'll never lose shape of what's really the real. My opinion.
Stay humble. That's the thing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Stay humble.
You're gonna be blessed with what's going on. Trust and believe that you need to do something in return. That's just my feeling.
Okay, caller, you're live.
But I'm just saying, if you're gonna walk through life with all of that and not try to help out somebody, then I don't think it's you're understanding the blessing the way it should have came.
Hey, caller.
Hey, Miss Phoebe. Hey, Mr. Brando.
How are you doing?
Doing fine. How are you?
Good. So what's on your mind?
I had a question for Mr. Brando.
Shoot.
I'd like to know, do you think that by the end of September, Parliament will accomplish everything they need to do?
It's a good question. Yes.
Yeah, I want to say yes.
Yes.
By the end of September.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
In 11 days.
From what we
or 21
understand,
days.
they're supposed to meet on the 14th, right?
Jaime, I'll get back to you in 2 seconds. Call back, but my answer is yes.
Yeah, I feel there's a lot going on right now, and that's my vibe. I feel that.
Jaime, call back. But yeah, I do. I believe it.
Oh, you missed Jaime. That's not Jaime anymore?
That's Jaime right there.
Oh.
Okay, caller?
That's the only question I had. I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
I don't know why it's not allowing to come through. Interesting.
Thank God silver prices are going back down.
Yes.
I'm watching. I'm like, I'm not trying to be greedy. I'm just saying, like, I want to get a position.
No, them coins are killing me.
Oh, yeah, man. I was like, please don't go. And I noticed that the cryptos are starting to creep back up slowly.
Hold on, Pimpe. Let me do one thing here.
Yes, sir.
What's wrong? You trying to add Jaime? That's Eugene.
I'm adding a call.
Urge.
Jaime. Man, I'm live. Is you live, Jaime?
Oh my God! I can't believe what I'm hearing right now. I'm literally in my car.
What are you hearing?
And I'm over here like getting goosebumps, bro. I mean, what are you trying to do? This is amazing news.
Man.
Okay.
The WTO ascension is real. It's happening. If you Google it, I can send Miss BB the links. She can post it on Facebook wherever she wants, or I can post it tomorrow. But I have all the links. No BS, no cap in my rap with that.
No cap with your rap.
Well, Mr. Brando, I just want to say, first of all, I appreciate the phone call the other day. We had an amazing discussion about this. And that was my first question last week on our conference call about what is the bearing on World Trade Organization in regards to the ascension of Iraq. And you answered that clearly today. So there's two things happening there based on what I understood in your video right now, in your live call. There is the World Trade Organization ascension happening this month. And then there's the actual implementation that's happening in November. Can you help me identify the difference between the two? Because I want maybe everybody to get that.
In Baghdad,
what did he say in November though?
In Baghdad, they're supposed to be in Baghdad. Their full membership's supposed to happen the first quarter of next year, so to speak. But they're gonna meet in Baghdad this year. So I guess the point is, are they going to be fully a member in November or October or whatever? But by the first of the next year, they're supposed to be a full member, recognized and everything.
Wow. So this is it. We got some time to rack up real quick on some of those.
Listen, I'm going to buy some more dinar myself if I had money. I'm going to buy. If I could buy $100 worth, I'm going to buy it. That's me.
Yeah, I do the same. I agree.
I'm not going to buy $500 or $1,000 or $5,000. I'm going to buy what I can afford, when I can afford it, how I can afford it. Not based upon Mr. Brando's excited. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that.
Yeah.
But if I can throw $100 or $200,
and you can afford it, go ahead and do it.
Yo, what's up, Big Bay, man? You've been on Mr. Brando like white on rice. You guys have been going at it for like months now, brother.
Yeah.
That's my brother. That's my brother. And we fight. You know what? People think we faking it, but we fight like this off the phone. I mean, not on air, off the air. We disagree, but that's why he's my brother. I love Pimpe. That's my dude, man. For real. Like one of the smartest dinar guys out there.
Together in a group, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
There's a lot of information that we have shared with people.
Yeah.
We just don't say, hey, this is our opinion. We say, we go here, you should do the same. Here's a link. Go look it up yourself.
Yep.
Give us your opinion. That's what we do. Who else does that?
And you know what we never say, Pimpe?
I'm saying I don't think anybody else does that.
But you know what we don't ever say?
Extra information. You know what I mean?
Pimp.
Yeah.
We never say we're 100%. No one's 100%.
Now, at that last time, I got a little overboard and I slammed his ass out of the waste of Sunday, proving that he's not 100%.
I know, and I'm being mean, but you know what? I got nothing but love, mad love for Jeff. Do your thing, baby.
He got a little man crush going on.
He loves me.
Maybe he's in the dreads.
But I just want to say, Mr. Brando, April, you guys are amazing. Pimpe, you guys, man, I swear to God, with all three of you guys, I can't wait to celebrate, catch up with you guys in Vegas. I'll buy all of us a table. We're good.
Hey, Jaime, is our talk
everybody there?
Jaime, is our talk on Thursday or Wednesday?
Our talk, I will confirm that with Carlo later on this evening, and then text you back on your line privately, and I would love to get it confirmed this evening. Actually, no problem.
I do consultative talks with Patreon once a week. I try to, whether it be individuals or groups. And that's part of Patreon. It's not about what's Iraq going to do. It's about what do you do after Iraq goes. And that's what we talk about, okay? So, hey, y'all, Miss BB's getting tired. And you know what? I want to say good night. I think it was a bomb show. I want to say, everybody, thank you for tuning in.
Thank you.
Lee, I love you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Brando.
Yo.
Thank you, Jaime.
Shout out the crew.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Love you guys.
Love you, man. Take it easy. You guys have a great evening.
You too, Mr. B and Miss April. You guys have a good one.
And you have an awesome.
And everybody else have a good one.
We'll talk
I'm
Wednesday.
sorry, I forgot to watch the rest of the Raider game. If you guys missed that Texas game, woo!
Oh, Lord. See you guys Wednesday. Bye.